All right, let's try it unmuted. Welcome to Dwarven Forge Live. This is On the Anvil, episode 83. This is the show with no tech troubles ever, where we take you behind the scenes here at Dwarven Forge. We show you what we're working on, what we're thinking about. Mostly we hang out for 2 hours, enjoy a frosty beverage, and talk tabletop. I'm out of breath because I sprinted up the stairs to get back in the room with my cider. How you doing, Chris?
Yeah.
We did it. Are we live?
I forgot to grab mine, so I'm going to have to run and try to grab it in like the 15 seconds that the news graphic is up.
Can they hear you?
Can they hear me? Yeah, how's it going, guys? Can you hear me? The odds are, like, generally speaking, usually I need to be louder than you think. Oh, okay, they said they can hear me, so alright.
Whew.
Eventually we need to move you from Mac to PC so I can just run the audio through. Like,
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen? Okay.
Let's not
right.
get crazy.
Oh,
I didn't test the camera.
Okay, apparently I am very quiet. I can be heard, but I am quiet. I need to be, like, blowing your ears out.
Alright.
Okay.
Man, I didn't turn this monitor on. I got it. Alright.
Cool.
So, tonight, we are answering, we're going through Wildlands, right? We're gonna build something with Wildlands pieces, answer Wildlands questions, talk, I don't know. Now that most everybody has their stuff, or most of their stuff, or some of their stuff, we'll let us know what you're having trouble with. How do you build a thing? What do you do that? And what else are we doing, Chris?
Yeah, that's the general vibes. It's like, okay, we're almost at the point where we're done with the nightmare of shipping during the pandemic. Which we got a couple updates on that, but. Yeah, we just wanted to talk about it, kind of look back on it. Free build. This will be like a more chill, laid back stream, probably.
As opposed to some of our very
more just about kind of talking back with you guys.
Yeah.
I think this one is more of like a general talkback session than it is like we got a topic we got to get through. You know?
Yeah. I'm sure we'll run into something. And we want to hear your feedback. So, talk to us, ask us questions, tell us jokes, or you can also lurk. There's no wrong way to watch, but part of the fun, at least for us, is to interact with you guys, hear what you're thinking, and throw lots of ideas and nonsense at us. We enjoy it. Also, we're giving away, we do a giveaway at the halfway-ish point.
Yeah. A $50 Dwarven Forge gift card for the online web store will be given away around 8 o'clock Eastern, around halfway through, generally speaking.
Woo. So remind us, if for some reason we forget and you forget to remind us, feel free, because they never remind us. Right?
Yeah. No,
do we have any?
Forget about it.
Do we have any new? Do we have any new viewers here? Anybody that's new? Probably.
There's usually at least one or two.
Yeah. I'm curious how people find out about this
I'm seeing a couple questions come in. Let's get through our news so we can jump into answering all these questions and all that. Keenan's post Wildlands new. Overboard DM is new. Yeah, we got a lot of people. We actually grew a lot after Wildlands.
How did you guys find out? How did you find out about us? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah, we'll talk about it after Wildlands.
It's
after
the news. It's the news. It's the news. It's the news section. Whoops, I missed it. I should be running tech, and I didn't give Chris long enough time. Wait, we gotta go back to the news. He doesn't have to say it. It's the news. News encore.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, well, you weren't back yet. All right, we're in the official. Now we're strictly business. What's in the news, Chris? I gotta get my news.
All right. What's in the news? Oh, first off, we got a couple Kickstarters that I actually want to let you all know about. I'll be putting links, as always, I'll be putting the links to the Kickstarters in chat, so if anything sounds interesting, just look for whatever link I've most recently posted. The first thing is, our friends over at Galadoria, who make a lot of just incredible accessories and other little flavor pieces. They mix really well. Their scale is like close to our stuff, so they mix really well with our stuff. I know a lot of you use Galadoria stuff. They relaunched their most recent Kickstarter. It's already funded. It's looking real good. They had a thing where they wanted to rework it a bit, so they took it down. They just went back up. It's looking real good.
They have put anchor magnets in their pieces. Here's the thing they did. and they it's a little crazy treasure chest. And they sell stuff hand painted, which is a rarity. Kevin's got a whole setup in Rhode Island, and they have a bunch of painters. Everything's made here in the U.S. And oh no, I didn't plug in the. No, I did.
Were you still talking about Galadoria?
Here you are. Yeah, just saying they're. Wait, you're gone again. What the?
What?
Wait, no, you're here, but you're not there. Wait. Oh, here you're just not pinned. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Try it. Nailed it.
Hi.
First time. First try.
Are we still talking about Galadoria or?
Yeah, just go check out their Kickstarter. They're good folks making stuff in the U.S. Hand painted.
Awesome. Next Kickstarter is kind of a weird little thing that I thought was fun, and I thought maybe some of you would find it interesting as well. A game designer, independent game designer, Nevin Holmes. They've made a lot of really interesting stuff. If you remember Gun and Slinger a couple of years back, they made that. That's a really cool system where like everything it's played by like doing blackjack basically to figure out if the stuff you do succeeds or not. Yeah, it's a really cool system. They're making another game inspired by Phoenix Wright and other like kind of courtroom drama games. It's called Justicar, and it looks really, really wild. I'm very excited for it. Everything that they've made has been very, very top notch.
I love your description of courtroom drama games, as if that's like a huge genre of.
It's not massive, but it's got very loyal, dedicated, passionate fans.
Yeah.
Phoenix Wright has a massive cult following of which I am a part. Yeah. But yeah, Justicar is live. It seems like a lot of fun. It's like a 4-player thing. Yeah. So, there we go.
Woo. What else we got cooking? Oh wait, there's another. Who else? Didn't we have another Kickstarter? Was there 3? No, there were 2.
There's one more Kickstarter. So it's not quite a Kickstarter yet.
Oh yes.
It's gonna be a Kickstarter in 2 weeks. Friends over at Broken Anvil, really, really good mini design. They did Dungeon Delvers a couple, I think right after Wildlands, and Hamster and I both went like really big on it. They got like a lot of character their sculpts, real good stuff. And they are launching their first game. It's a war game called Ribbonstone. Hamster and I both played it at
Adepticon.
At Adepticon. It's incredible. I think it's one of my favorite war games I've ever played. It's very, very fast paced, very unique. Everything feels really satisfying. Just real good stuff. They're doing so. The reason we want to tell you about it now is if you sign up for their mailing list before the Kickstarter, and then back at like the Warband starter level, which is like $100 or $99 technically. Then you get a free mystery gift.
Mystery gift.
And so if this at all seems interesting to you, which I will vouch for the game being like real good, the minis are real good, the prices are also really good. That $99 like Warband starter is like 12 units, 12 to 16 units, something like that.
And a mystery gift. What could it be?
Yeah, and a mystery gift. Yeah.
Woo!
So it's all very solid. So you can check out their backer kit there to sign up if you want to get that free gift, if it looks interesting to you. I know Hamster and I are both planning to go like really big on it. We want to be able to play it in the office. Yeah. But yeah, that's all the Kickstarter stuff we got going on. The other big thing, I wanted to say thank you to those of you who watched Eli play in that charity game.
Did anybody here tune in?
I think I saw some people there. I was busy most of the day, but they're saying that the stream went really well. They raised just over $8,000, I believe, for Child's Play charity, which is a real good charity. And yeah, it seemed like a fun time. Eli had a blast. It seems like it was a very bizarre game.
Seems like slapstick comedy.
Yeah. So thank you for those of you who helped chip in with that and supported Eli and supported Saucefire. Sounds like it went really well. Let's see. The other stuff, we've got shipping updates for both the Restock and Wildlands. The European container has reached Hamburg. They have not started unloading the stuff yet for whatever reason. I think they might not have an actual dock for it or something, but it is at Hamburg, sitting there. So it has safely made its way to Germany, and hopefully they will start unloading the container soon, so they can get that stuff headed out to you guys. The other big thing,
Hamburg.
We were very.
Have you ever been in the Hamburg dungeon?
Hamburg dungeon?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
It's like a tourist attraction in Hamburg. They have recreations of the worst events that happened in Hamburg. One of them is you go into this room and there's people in robes. It's like a recreation of the Inquisition, and they're up on this high thing and they start yelling at you in German because so you know what's going on. But apparently you're accused of heresy and I don't know.
It's like their version of the French catacombs.
Yeah. The Hamburg dungeon.
Let's see. Also, we thought that the Oceania container, the Australia, New Zealand container had left before, and we found out a couple days later that actually it got delayed. However, it did leave, but it might not have. What's the situation there?
I don't know. Some of it was delayed, and some of it so it's not a full container, right? It's packages going off to a thing. So I think the New Zealand stuff was delayed, but the stuff going to Australia is or not in time, but moving. I don't know. We'll get a full update when we get the next update out. But I don't know. It's just a mess over there. There's right now, China's having a bunch of COVID challenges, so there's just all sorts of delays and lockdowns and whatnot. So it's a little, and sometimes it's hard to get full information. So I don't know. I know a bunch of our stuff from the factory back and forth. They're now packages are held for 2 weeks for quarantine, and I don't know. It's a little mess. So what we will have in the next update coming out this month, we'll give you the latest. But there continue to be a lot of delays that are way beyond our control, and it's very frustrating.
Yeah, and it's way harder than you would think to get updates from them sometimes. It's but everything is moving, I think, is the nice thing.
Yeah.
It's not moving as quickly as we would like sometimes.
Sitting and waiting a lot of times.
Yeah. That's its own kind of movement. And then the restock container.
Speaking of.
Our restock container has been sitting at a port further south, I think around the Carolinas.
Charleston?
For close to a week now, I think. So I don't know. So the restock is... We're waiting on them to leave that port and come up here for some reason. So we don't know when that's going to happen.
I'm going to guess the last week of April. That's my guess.
Yeah, we're hoping we can get the restock in by the end of the month, but we can't do anything about it.
Nope.
But, yeah. So, the good news is it has safely reached the United States. The bad news is they won't let it come up to our part of the United States yet.
Or maybe it's moving and they just haven't updated. I don't know.
That was possible.
See. Yeah.
Is that just the first restock? Yeah, so because of that delay, it makes it look like it's actually likely that those two containers might actually arrive close enough together that we'll just put them up at the same time. That depends on if the second container hits delays and all that.
But I'll tell you what, we'll let you know as soon as we have a date, as soon as we have reality, we will let you know.
Yeah.
So you can also follow Dwarven Forge on social. We got there's some socials down there. We'll blast it out. Join our mailing list. We'll blast it out. Come join this stream. We'll tell you about it.
Yeah. We just can't set an actual restock date until it lands and makes it to the warehouse, but
and gets received by the warehouse, and like it's a whole
yeah. But
we'll
as soon as it does, we'll let you know. We just don't want to set a restock date and then have to move it. Let's see. I guess the other big thing is do you have merch samples with you or no?
No, they haven't arrived yet.
They haven't arrived yet? Okay. So we haven't set the merch live yet, but it is making progress. And we still are on track to have it up by the end of the month, I believe, right?
Yeah. So a couple t-shirt designs to launch, and we'll see what else from there. So soon you can wear a Dwarven Forge t-shirt. Yay.
Yeah. Merch at Gen Con? We might be able to, but the way we're doing it is we're doing it through a order on demand.
Print on demand.
Thing. So
we will send people if you go to Gen Con and say, hey, do you have shirts? We'll give a little QR code and you say, yep, you can go buy them here and whatnot. But we're not selling anything physically at Gen Con.
Maybe we'll do a discount code or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not nuts.
Let's see. Wildlands and Web Store when? We're still on track for June at the latest. I would assume
end of May.
Because the nice thing about the one container that's up in the air is that whatever's going on with the Australia New Zealand thing, but that also is one of the fastest trips.
Yep.
It's like the shortest boat journey.
Maybe it was the one. Maybe it was the packages going to Japan that were delayed. I don't know. We'll find out. But as soon as we can get everything out, as soon as all the backers, the stuff is out to all the backers, then we'll put it up on the web store. But right now we're kind of at the mercy of international shipping, which is
Yeah.
But soon. And you know what? We'll tell you all about it. Follow the socials, watch this show. We'll let you know all about it as soon as we have a date. For sure.
Yeah. That's all the news that I've got, unless you've got anything else.
It's like a week late, or maybe 2 weeks late, but Justice Armand, who is a long-time DF collector and watcher, sometimes he tunes in here, and just an all-around great dude, comes to the booth every year at Gen Con. He got hired by Wizards as a game designer, which is so exciting. So we'll see what comes. We got someone on the inside now. Yep.
Do you know the status on the Swamp Build Guide?
He deserves it. So he's such a good. He's smart. He's a good writer, and he's so kind-hearted and hardworking. He's just dynamite.
We got to hang out with him at PAX Unplugged for a little bit, and it was my first time getting to meet him. And he's really great.
Sweetheart. Yeah, he's the best. Build Guide is really close. I have not. It hasn't hopped on. It should be really close. I think it was being proofed last. Yeah, I was checking to see if it had gone in the notes, but not yet. But it should be up soon. By the time the update at the end of the month goes up, it'll be up.
Awesome. Oh. Yeah. I think it's everything.
Cool. Well, let's start playing. Hey, you know what? We could actually. Before we we're going. Oh man, look at that! There's no tech problems whatsoever.
Set area, date, and time.
Yeah, I keep not doing it. Go figure. It's one of those. Get to it. All right, let's see if I can. So remember, we were playing with a piece last week. I'm gonna show a little progress on cities piece before we play with Wildlands. Hey, Glare Relief for Realarte. So last we left our intrepid heroes. Last week we were looking at making something. Why can't I find this spot? Hold on. Let me adjust you. All right, now I can get it. We were looking at making a piece to go with our new courtyard wall system that's going to be in our upcoming Kickstarter, which we have penciled in for a mid-September launch. The idea is we have a wall system. I should have had this ready. we have something like this little.
Thank you.
These are just 3D mocks. They're being sculpted in clay, real things. But the idea is something like this that you can make outdoor, or you could do it indoors, courtyard walls using existing city builder walls. We wanted to make a transition piece that lets you do a gate. This is where we were last week on the air. We mocked this thing out, and I've done another iteration. It's not wildly different. But this is, let's do this. This is the current iteration. So slightly shorter, has a 4-inch footprint going this direction, and I'll show you how it works. So the idea is you would use a double high wall that'll take the double doors from any of your existing double doors from the dungeon or the caverns or whatever can fit in there, right? You can do some sort of fun gate like that. It's got a whole bunch of pull accessory holes on it, so you could you could put any of your pull accessories up top or out front, something like that. And then on the back side, it's symmetrical, so you can take. We have this new platform for the scaffolding system. You can use that on the back to make a little rampart. So you can put a mini. So you get a miniature up there, so PCs can go up there or guards or whatnot. The couple of things we figured out were, one, I was trying to get a how this is going to work, holding the thing on. There were a couple of ideas, like it could have either been a little notch. You see that little notch there, so it could like pressure hold it, the thing, or do a hole. I like the pole accessory hole because this is going to have some pole holes on the bottom, so then boom, you can sort of pop in the platform, so you can have, if somebody have playable space up there. It's sitting up at 60. What does it go? 62, 65. What's 62 millimeters to the base of this, which is basically the height of one building and a floor. So that'll get us. You can do some fun stairs with it and the like. Other neat things you can do with this. Part of the reason we changed the size. So one, let's go on this side again. If you've got this spacer from the Stone Advanced Builder and something like a existing like stone double doors, you could something like that where you'd stack up. Not one. I have an unpainted piece mixing in with painted, but you could do something like that where you use the existing double doors down there instead of a new double door, and then you have the arrow slits, so you could have your guard in the back could fire through the arrow slits, or you could pop this on the bottom. Let's put some lantern up there. Give yourself some. You can put some light above. You can put the spacer on the bottom, and then we're gonna have a little cobblestone ramp. We can put other things that'll fit. This is exactly 2 inches wide across here, so you can have a ramp and then come up to the floor height inside or whatnot. Some fun options there. The other neat thing, the reason we shortened it a tiny bit is I want it to fit up against a castle wall. So you can, this will fit now just cleanly under the crenellations project out a little bit, so this can fit nice and flat and clean against a castle wall, and you can use it just as like a bastion, like a cool fortified buttress, or you can use it to like then do like interior or exterior little walls for a garden, or it can connect you out to a wall system that's connected to your larger castle wall, or like the little noble's estate inside or whatever it is, or a small interior wall. You could have another gate in there, like you could have a smaller gate inside the castle, right? You could do something like that in there. Also, it plays nicely with, I don't have the full thing, right? If you have the gatehouse, you could use it on either side of the existing gatehouse to kind of beef that up, give it a sense of more fortified structure or whatnot, and then put your battlements sort of around that and whatnot. So this is coming up to 4 inches clean here, so it should play really nicely with that. And or double high. You can take double high buildings. You can put 4 of these around a square tower, and then make it like a really big fortified tower. We're kind of stealing. When it's sculpted, we'll steal a bunch of the kind of the textures from the batter bases from the castle. The same sort of architecture. So little iterations, not radical changes, but it's getting better and playing better with other pieces. A little sneak peek of what's to come in the city. Any questions there before we go into the wilds?
Rabbit is wondering, what is this? They came in late. There's just an update on the piece we were mocking up in last week's episode.
It's something for the cities. It's a transition piece to go from single high to double high walls with our courtyard wall system for the upcoming cities Kickstarter.
Gentleman Wake is wondering if the regular stone walls will be added to the Kickstarter.
They will not, but we will have some other walls. But no, you can use your existing or buy some existing or buy some new types of walls if you'd like. But no, we don't want to go back and redo the stuff we've already done. We want to sort of give some new stuff. But they're all available. Like you can buy there's tons of the stone walls that are currently available. You can buy them on our web store. But good question.
Ilian's wondering when the next castle restock is, which I think we're trying to.
What are they looking for in particular?
All of it, probably.
Well, that's a longer wait, but.
Yeah. We're trying to get some. We tried to identify what the core pieces of the castle system are, the stuff that is very high value, and we're trying to get those back in stock. It's tricky just because castles as a whole are very expensive to restock, and they historically haven't moved very quickly. So making sure we have the capital to get them in is tricky.
Man,
but we're trying to bring some sets back that we consider to be kind of essential castle.
I'm looking at the texture on this flag that Michelle did. It's outrageous. There is cloth texture on this thing. It's really she's a dark wizard, a warlock. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's cloth texture on there. Amazing. Any other questions on this, or should we start playing with Wildlands?
Probably play with Wildlands, I'd assume. If we've got it's gonna work against castles, it should match. No. Oh, the fencing. You're talking. Okay. He was wondering what those pieces that the prototypes and the foam mock-up you have, what those are going to be cast in, what are they going to be painted in, what color are they going to be?
Oh, it'll be
stone.
field stony like this.
Got it. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were asking about the walls, not the posts.
No, these will be field stony.
Need batter bases restocked someday.
Someday.
Yeah. It's tricky to rock around.
That's right on time. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Nate and I were talking about it a couple weeks ago, and we're trying very hard to figure out. Castles is one of the hardest things for us to manage, and we're trying to figure out how to get there.
Dungeons are taking precedence right now, but
and man, Chuck and Tyler killed it with dungeons though.
Facts.
Yeah. That stuff when that new dungeon strategy hits at the end of the year, early next year, it's gonna be great.
Mid next year.
I'm trying to stay optimistic.
Yeah. Well, we have the tooling queue, we have to tool new pieces, and we have there's some stuff that needs to happen between now and then. Yeah. But yes. Agree. Whenever it does happen, it's gonna be awesome. So, what do people have Wildlands questions? And what should I build something? And or I can demo specific things if you want to know how things work, or we can just build something, or both, or what do people want to see? What do the people want, Chris? Let's see if this overhead. I didn't set up. I did not check the cameras before.
You have what? You have like literally everything there, right?
Yes. I will say it's not all marvelously organized quite yet, so I might have to dig for a few things.
He also does have a light puck there.
I do.
If you wanted to see light puck.
The light puck and fogger. And I was racing to kind of get more swamp stuff unboxed. Right. Let's see.
Jeffrey is wondering. He's wondering if we can see two
Jeffrey.
stone bridges together. He can't figure out how to get them to lay flat. That's like the one that's in like the Rocky Elevation pack, right?
Yes. Oh yeah, light puck is. Are you here?
I remember them going together pretty well. It's been a while, but I thought we did that. Huh. The weight distribution makes the ends come up. Oh, it might need some support. I think when we did it, we put something underneath in the joining, like at the joining place, kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done it with the factory final.
I didn't do it with the factory final. With the prototypes, I think I remember having to put something underneath to kind of add some support to the middle. I think. It was a long time ago.
The first challenge will be finding a second bridge. But I love this is exactly the this is why we're here. This is it's effectively.
Yeah. Malabon wants to see something with the Oblivion Nexus.
That one is easier.
Brutal Casserol's wondering about an alternative Heart of the Wild build. This is a good thing we could do, actually. This is actually something I'm thinking we should do a video on. Vegas DM is saying, when building a waterfall, how do I use the waterfall spill out without the cutout cliff? Like, how does it fit within an escarpment? I think covering just the different ways that you can build with the waterfall, I think it's kind of hard to understand how to utilize all of it.
I don't even remember. It was like, this was like 3 years ago or something. 2 years ago we designed that.
There's 1x2 floors. There's a good amount of stuff you can do.
Yeah. So let me quickly look for another bridge.
Okay.
And I've got the waterfalls. Let me just see if I've got them here. I don't know where. How many bridges come in? Wyverstone Peak only has one, right? So I have to open up another.
Gotta find another box.
Yeah, I gotta go hunt in. You ever seen Raiders of the Lost Ark?
No. Yes, I have.
I was wow. So the end, that warehouse. That's kind of
like one of the most infamous, not infamous, but like one of the most famous final shots in cinema history.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what this is. That's what it looks like out here. Let me go roll through the warehouse 51 and see if I.
Oh, he's leaving. He's leaving.
What do the mountain boxes look like? What are they?
They're brown.
Okay. Thanks.
They're boxes. How's everybody doing? Y'all having a good night? Have you ever seen any movies? Me? No. Me, a filmmaker? With little social life? No. That was the prequel to Warehouse 13? Yes. Missed the information on the April restock? Yeah, it's currently delayed. The boat with the restock on it has just been held down in North Carolina for some reason. So I don't know when it's gonna actually make its way up here.
Heart of the Mountain has it, right?
Heart of the Mountain? Probably.
You mean you're not Tyler? You haven't memorized all the compositions of all of the things from the thing from 2 years ago?
Tyler, isn't that the guy whose job is to put away the pieces? I'll check real quick the pledges. Or no, it was an add-on. Heart of the Wild was an add-on. Heart of the Mountain. Yep, there's a bridge in it.
Ooh,
it's right there in the picture.
Okay.
At least he's starting up a vacuum as he walks off screen. You mean a landmark of cinema? It's not just a landmark of cinema. It's like that shot is used as a joke so many times. Like, it's referenced so often. That final fit, like, it's been parodied so much. Like, I think there's a lot of people who haven't actually seen Raiders of the Lost Ark, who, if you showed them just that scene, would go like, "Wait, no, I know this." Like,
all right.
The warehouse sent you an extra bridge. Oh yeah, if you want to send that over.
Yeah, perfect. Said get a messenger over here, ASAP. Get him on the horn, stat.
What shot are we talking about? Neophoia. It's from the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
It's like the last scene of the whole movie.
It starts with a guy in a warehouse. And he's kind of like dollying like a big box, a crate.
They're putting the Ark somewhere really safe.
Yeah.
The Ark of the Covenant.
It's just like putting the box amongst a bunch of boxes, and the camera like slowly pulls back, and you see like how many boxes are in this giant warehouse.
It's a cool special effects shot that ILM did. All these plates of this, just like the warehouse of mystery that goes forever.
Yeah. Any ideas of appearance of city battle boards? This is probably too big of a beam, but any ideas of the appearance of city battle boards?
Hard yes. Like,
I think they're asking if we can say like what they'll look like.
Awesome. All caps with an exclamation point. They will. Hey, you ever see Raiders of the Lost Ark? You know that scene where the Nazis' faces melted off?
Yeah.
That's.
You mean that other shot that gets posted out of context all the time because it's that like memorable?
Yeah. That's what's gonna happen when you see these city battle boards. Facts. Hard facts.
Yeah, you're really selling them there.
I'm saying this without hyperbole. If we get it to work, they're gonna be revolutionary. They're better than all the other battle boards in existence. Better than the other two that exist. We have some great plans for the battle boards. All right, speaking of great plans, I have a double bridge. Ooh, it's like can make a Klingon bird of prey or something. You ever see Star Trek?
Yeah, that looks like the cheap, quick way that you draw a seagull.
Yeah. Or you mean just the way I draw a seagull?
The only way that I can draw birds.
Do you know what I saw today? So I did a couple meetings outside because it was like beautiful. 2 red-tailed hawks circling. I don't know if they were mating or fighting over prey or just like partying in the air, but I don't know. There was some aerial shenanigans and making like the Foley sound like. It was amazing.
Like the Little Mermaid.
Yeah, just like.
Oh.
Can't even. All right, so I've got a bridge, a double bridge. What do you want me to do with it? Wherein lies the problem?
He's wanting to know how you support it so that it actually like stays.
Without saying.
And I think I remember. I'm pretty sure we did this at one point during Wildlands. And I think what I did was I supported it probably with a driftstone on a stand to support it in the middle.
Well, I start with emotional support, right? First, tell the driftstone, bridge, what a good job it's doing, and how solid it looks, and you don't notice the cracks at all.
That's a big bridge.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fish. Remember that?
That's a lot of fish?
Yeah, you remember that?
No.
From the classic Godzilla movie that Matthew Broderick was in?
I don't know if I saw it.
And they decided they're gonna try to like lure Godzilla out with fish, so they just dump like this massive like truckload of fish on the ground, and then Matthew Broderick just goes, "That's a lot of fish." And it's like, yes, it is.
All right,
the plan called for a lot of fish.
Well, it's Godzilla. I mean, it's got an appetite like a kaiju. He wants to eat buildings and stuff.
looks like it's supporting itself pretty well.
So this is between two Oblivion Nexuses.
It's Nexi. Would be the proper way to do it. Well, actually, it depends on if it's Latin
or Greek or Latin, yeah.
Oh God.
Like octopodes.
I hate it. I think Nexus are so heavy that it works. Oh yeah, if it's I guess if it's.
Oh, you put on something. Okay, I see the problem. Because this is holding a large reptile, violent reptile, basilisk here.
It's a reptile.
Yeah, a large violent reptile. Let's put something smaller into there and see what happens.
Yeah.
And or if you want to give us any tips on how you were running into your trouble, let's try and replicate your trouble. This is why we're here. All right, we're going to the smallest. We're going tiny. Look at these adorable little guys. Boop, boop, boop.
So it's just the two ends from the crag bridge is what he used.
Two ends from the crag bridge.
Yeah, what comes in that?
These are definitely gonna fall. Let's see. I'm trying. Is it this the suspended perch? Is that what this is called? The end cap?
Something like that. Yeah. My imagining is what you'd have to do is you'd have to put something heavier to weigh down.
I take it back. Look.
Actually, wait.
It worked. They're not as high, but I can get let's put a purple red.
Okay, so it did flex a little bit there, but it's still.
You can see it's not touching the ground. Here we can put it up on.
Which means that it's not out yet. Nexopods, Oblivion Nexopods.
Nexopodes.
Pretty sure Nexus is a Latin root, so Nexi is probably right. Yeah.
Fair. Sounds like focus.
Yeah, that's actually that's holding. Yeah, putting one end up. Interesting.
Where yeah, they're actually pretty level. Oh, and these are like the dinkiest little guys from Dinktown. Like they're.
I think those are the smallest pieces you can attach it to as well.
Yeah, because they're really meant to end something, not to support it. But you can do. I mean, this is legit. You can do this if you like.
Yeah, because the parapegs are supposed to hang off of something. They're not supposed to have something hang off of them.
It's got a little. It's got a little playback.
It's definitely not as stable as the next side, but it's
the next side.
It's playable. Yeah, I think what I would do there is you can either put something tall underneath it to support the middle.
It doesn't need it. I'm telling you.
Or something. Orion says to flip those over.
Yeah, I'm flipping them as we speak, Orion. I like how you think with your brain. Yeah, so now it's. I mean, it looks ugly because there's exposed bits, but now they're flatter on the ends, and it's still. I'm gonna put a Rowan basilisk in it. Oh, it's starting to sag a little. It's holding now. It's got a. It's got two trees and a basilisk. Oh wait, I didn't hang it. I use it. Bag that up.
Yeah, I'm actually fairly impressed.
Woo. What was
and just use the end caps like this. The bigger bridge pieces make the non-level part more noticeable, but this works as a fix. Yeah, it looks like it's
bigger bridge pieces.
I think if you don't want it to flex, you could put a driftstone or something underneath. If you wanted to stop it from flexing.
Or just use the clear stand.
Yeah.
Let's try these guys. Let's try some crags. Let's get crags.
For the next trick, I'll use 3 bridges.
Don't make me go back into the warehouse and look for another.
Do you have another heart of the mountain in there?
No, but I know I have some bridge packs somewhere, but that's a harder. I happened to label the Heart of the Mountain box. I was looking. I saw HOTM. I was like, that's my
okay,
target.
so you're saying that these are the pieces.
Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see if we can
replicate the ones that he was using.
We got
maybe because are they hollow inside? Is that like?
I mean, yeah, everything's hollow inside.
Because maybe that would do it.
Okay, so I've pegged everything together, so it's made. It's like a wand of Orcus now. Like, hey, that's pretty. I could do some like poi tricks or something. You know, it's also maybe I'm cheating because they're on terrain trays, so the magnets are helping.
Oh yeah, that could do. Yeah, yeah. Terrain. Hey, terrain trays, metal. That's always helpful.
Yeah, but if you want to build on,
you could put both of those on top of the Nexi so they're not magneting. So they're not sticking.
Is Nexi confirmed? Is this happening?
Nexus is a Latin word.
Okay.
So it should be Nexi.
Don't mess with Nexus. That's what they always say.
Everything's bigger in Nexus. That's if we actually release the original Nexus design.
Impossible. This is too spiky to build upon, but
it's fair.
Aha! Wait.
Wait, Webster said it's Nexuses? So it's not Latin?
Ooh, let's start a grammatical debate. A war!
Uh-oh. Huh.
Yeah, so the big boy kicks up a spickle, annoyingly, right? It's up like like a, I don't know, an eighth of an inch under there. It's not so noticeable, but it is kicking up. And yeah, then these guys, if you put a little, it's interesting how it does it more than the Nexus. Maybe because the magnet was holding.
Try putting something underneath the middle for support. One of the rods or something.
Yeah, that would definitely do it. I'm curious. Is it breaking the? Is it making it unusable? What's the?
I think it's mostly an aesthetic thing.
Yeah. The nice thing is with rocks, you can have weird gaps and whatnots.
Nexus is because we're speaking English. Nexi if we spoke Latin. Okay, but is or is not Nexus Latin? That's the thing.
I love our viewers. You're the best. You are the best. What was I looking for? There was something specific.
Oh, apparently the plural of Nexus can also be Nexus. It can also follow sheep rules.
That's not at all complicated. I like it.
Alright, man. Grammar. It's all Greek to me. No, that's an entirely different thing. Looks better with the tree that seemed to settle the bottom down. Yeah, I think the tree put weight on the other end, so that helped balance it out.
You know, interestingly enough, one of the driftstone stands with nothing on it is the perfect height where we're at.
It's because we use repetitive geometry for a lot of this stuff.
These are facts. As a geometry geek. You know, and if you were also, this is if you're using some old lead Grenadier minis or something in here, whatever, and you're worried, you could definitely do this during gameplay if you needed. It's not nuts. Yeah, it's interesting how the larger they kick up more than the smaller ones because there's more room to kick up. Ooh, you could also the Wyverstone Spires. Ooh, it's almost a little too. Yeah, that would work too. You could put that.
Well, is that
huh. Yeah. So you could put that for a little support to help.
That kind of makes it look like the Wyverstone was like kind of cored out of the rock.
Holy.
Like for whatever reason, like the stone has fallen away around that and like left some Wyverstone behind.
It's like a weird reverse geode or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about sticking to like let's do a bunch of stuff at 38 millimeters or 50 or you just get 62. Like a lot of happy coincidences with stuff lining up.
literally the point of doing it, right? So people can find ends up being some very fun complementary geometry that's out there.
Oh, you can make it go through the. Oh, that's cool.
Trying to make a fake, like, I don't know, imply that it came up with the weird. The illusion. This is lined up on here, but to the camera it doesn't look lined up. Try that.
The crowd is chanting for you to turn the Wyver Stone upside down and see if you can get it to balance that way.
I love the crowd. I got to do it for the crowd.
Yeah,
that's.
I think if you have the bottom against the bridge, it might support itself.
Oh, that is the solve. Who's it? Oh, the crowd for the win. That's amazing.
That makes the whole thing look like it's floating.
Now then you want to put something like above it, right? You put a thing above it, and it becomes like a cool. Wow. I must say, I enjoy that. That tickles my brain. Ah.
That's the fun part of this. Is like a bunch of stuff we didn't even figure out while we were doing the Kickstarter.
That's neat. And then you could put some other drift stones floating around off that thing. Wow.
Yeah, you guys are gonna find a bunch of stuff like this that we never thought of. We're gonna see some really wild stuff in the builds.
We're already seeing wild stuff.
Yeah. Great, now you need a second bridge. That's two bridges put together.
Yeah.
Oh, now he needs a second bridge. Okay, never mind.
Let's put some more
floaty. Man. Spanning over a river would also look great. Yeah, you do that over a river terrain tray. Like...
Some floaty...
Man, the driftstone system is so cool.
What else, what other questions... What other queries do?
We had a good amount of waterfall.
Oh yeah, let's play with some. Let's go play with the waterfall.
Yeah, that's all the stuff you can figure out how to do with the waterfall.
Maybe I'll build something with the waterfall that we'll incorporate this into. Because I have this boat standing by here. We got all this.
Surprised at how controversial the driftstones were.
Why? What was the controversy? Remind me.
Well, it wasn't a ton of controversy. It was like some people really didn't like the Wyver Stone and wish that we just didn't have it in the mountains, and so they wouldn't get the mountains because of the Wyver Stone. And then other people really, really love it. I didn't think it was going to be like a deal breaker for people. I understood, I guess, not everybody being as excited about it, but there are a lot of people who felt like it ruined the mountains, which was interesting.
Well,
I don't want to say a lot. It's a couple people. It just feels like a lot.
Yeah, it's it's okay. It doesn't have to be for everybody. And there were, a bunch of pieces that didn't have Wyver Stone on them, but...
Yeah, not everything had Wyver Stone, but I think most of the... Well, yeah, so the drift stones... Yeah.
It pops up in a bunch of spots, but... I thought it was cool. The texture, the color, the whole... Cool.
Yeah. I think the escarpments don't have Wyver Stone. I think the cliff expansion doesn't have Wyver Stone.
Nope. There was tons of plain old rocks that you could get, and or I don't know. You could always, if you got this and you needed to just paint a cup those plain, you could do. It wouldn't take too much. Some of these things. Anyway. Waterfalls. Alright. So let's reacquaint ourselves.
I don't think we have Keenan. I don't think we have an estimate on the Wildlands store stock yet. We might. I haven't heard it if we do.
On what we've got?
Yeah, like what we're going to be putting into the store. Like how much? Like dozens or hundreds or...
We do have... Jay does have a document that he shared somewhere on Slack in the, the multitudes of whatever. I
think the main thing is because we don't know how many replacements we have to do, we got to make sure that all the pledges are accounted for before we say much. Because if it turns out that they miss something in production or something. Yeah.
Alright, let's... All right, let's do things. So,
You can paint the stones now for Rivenstone and Bright Pink. Yeah, that's one thing Hamster and I were saying is like Rivenstone, that war game, centers around a material called Rivenstone, which are these like pink kind of crystal rock clusters.
Huh.
And so you have like tokens for them. And we were just like, we could just take like those small like Wyverstone scatter clusters and paint them pink.
Paint those. Oh, I love that.
And yeah.
All right, what's should I go? Let's see. So thinking about this other camera here, why don't I? Should I go build from here this way, or should I build from here this way?
I think this current angle is going to give you the best. Being able to see like the back of it, what's going on back there, is going to be helpful, I think.
So say go build this way. You're going to build into the future?
Yes.
Ooh, man, these giant trees. Should I get some, should we jazz it up? Let's get some jazz. Smooth. If I can find the jazz.
Someone on Discord had purple Wyverstone and it looked amazing. Yeah, was that Gilded Poison? Somebody had started custom painting different colors. Somebody also did like white Wyverstone with interference over it.
Cool.
Oh yeah, Gilded Poisons was the white one. Okay.
Where the heck am my water? Hold up. Oh no, that's not gonna work. I was gonna put water texture on there, but where the heck did I put those?
Yeah, who did the purple?
Oh wait, here.
Yeah. While you're setting up, I want to go ahead and start the
Please?
giveaway. What's a good word?
Nexi.
Nexi? With 2 eyes? Or 1 eye?
One. Let's not get crazy.
How many eyes do you think we got in the budget? All right. You want a chance to win $50 for the Dwarven Forge online store. Type Nexi into chat. Nexi. Nexi. It is now running. You are eligible to win no matter where you live in the world. It is just a digital gift card.
I mean, that's amazing. Nexi.
Digital gift card for physical product.
Actually, maybe this was a bad idea. It gets a little...
Yeah, the light's not playing nice with the camera.
Looks good up here. All right, well, fine. All right.
Nexuses.
So, all right. So, what was the question again? What am I doing?
How do I build without using the cutout? How do I use this fill out without using the cutout? And I think in general, just like exploring like how do you make these waterfalls work? Because they're made to be able to work with a couple different ways.
All right. So
I know that the 1x2s or other floors will fit into that slot.
Yep.
And then you can use like end caps and other things on the side.
Of course, this becomes a question of where the heck are the mountain floors? Wait, are you okay? Alright.
Can we focus on building this using only Wildlands pieces?
Wait, what?
We had a request to build it with just using OG Aranthor and a request to build it with just using Wildlands pieces.
OG Aranthor.
There's no way to satisfy both of those at the same time.
Yeah, this turns out those are...
I think focusing on the Wildlands offering makes the most sense.
Yeah. So, okay. So, first things first. This guy has a cutout in the back. So you need something to support it. I recommend using 2x1 floors. But you know what? You can use, generally that is going to be buried and hidden. So you could use dungeon floors. You could use a piece of foam core. You could stuff a lot of things in there. Just about any Dwarven Forge floor should do the trick. Let's put this rockier one at the bottom. This one feels more like a bottom one. It's the steeper. All right, so then, once you're there, it's just a matter of dressing the sides one way or another, right? So let's assume that we're gonna have some sort of bank situation down below. So you put out some sort of floors, and then let's go up the side. So we can use.
Why wasn't it just? So the reason why we did the cutout was for stability, right?
It was so that this thing. So it was a long, convoluted process, and to some degree, I regret it. I was trying to make. The problem was I was trying to make it do too many things all at once, but I was trying to make it easy. When you had this thing, you wanted to just be able to kind of use this as like one lump, right? You just wanted to be a thing. Instead of these being individual bits, because then it started feeling too fiddly. The idea was I didn't want it to be too fiddly, so I was like, okay, this thing becomes one thing, and then that meant it had to have a cutout in order to sit there. So that was like sort of as designed, you had that thing, and then you could build out however you wanted. So in this case, let's we're taking it out and getting fiddly. Do a little of that. We've got a couple options. We could go, if we wanted to go into escarpments, let's say, we had, let me get a curve. Let's start with option one. So let's say we were building this thing. I'm gonna slide it off center.
No yawning, it's contagious. I'm sorry. It's been a long week. So I think another big thing to keep in mind too was we didn't want to just make the standalone waterfall like 6 inches to like work with Wildlands and like just do 6 inches, because we wanted to be able to make it backwards compatible and be able to expand this system in the future potentially and have it work in multiple scales.
I wanted it to be friendly to water tiles and to 4x4. If we ever made 4x4 river tiles, I wanted it to be friendly to that. It was trying to do a lot of things, and it does do a lot of things, but it might have been better just to have it do a couple of things really well. But no, this is. I
think in the short term it made it frustrating, but in the long term, we've made it so that we've got things open to us to be able to do like some cool expansions and compatibility in the future.
Yeah. So
and like, yeah.
So if you were doing, if you wanted to run in with escarpments, so you could run escarpments up however you want on the other sides, and then you just have this 1x2 or 1x3 gap to fill. So you could fill it with a couple of these. These are from the Ironthor Cliff expansions. I'm just using Wildlands bits. You could let's see if I can put more of those. Where are the rest of the new pieces? Wow, I only have 2 of those guys here. Oh no, I have a third. All right, this is really there's an OG Ironthor piece. Right, the original Ironthor 2x1 is just ideal for filling that space, and then you could put one up at the front if you wanted, or look at the OG. Wait, this guy is from the original Ironthors is another perfect, like, transitions you out and off like that. But let's just stick with the new ones for now. That was the original request. I'm using the 1x1 cliff bits. And then I think I guess it's the only thing I have that'll fit in there based on how this build is. There's a lot of fun things. Like you could use the crag, the little crag step could do some heavy lifting. Or you could you could cantilever that thing out so it becomes a nice little stepping stone, right? So you can get some playable space in there. You can also use, where's that little suspendy guy?
Wish all the mountain stuff was in the 4x4 convention established in Aranthor. Yeah, but the problem was like,
is that gonna...
we want so with Wilderness, the issue with Wilderness is like the idea of like a forest and a mountain and a swamp aren't really as cleanly separated as like a dungeon and a cavern are. So they all had to be able to like intermingle.
So you could do something like that, or we'll suddenly fill it in with some Aranthor bits. The other thing you could do, if you want to get ambitious, you could pave down here with some floors. Let's get getting a little trifecta ledge. Pop that guy in there, and then you could build right up to it with escarpments like yay. And then also if you want to, where are those ledges? You can pop.
I feel like the end caps would be good there as well.
End caps are ideal for flanking this thing, right? So you could do something like that. You could fill it like we were doing before. You could also just, of course, just build straight, like yonder, whatever. You could, what other ways with the old? If you wanted to get a little, if you wanted to freestyle with the Aranthor stuff, the new Aranthor Cliff stuff, this piece works really nicely to transition you off that. If you want to go down, and then you could from there you could do this. You could be back into escarpments again, or just transition it off if you want. Where's this guy? Let's see. You could put that in this, and then transition into Aranthor Cliffs. Can I see that?
Oh, somebody earlier was asking why the new stilts are larger, and it's because we didn't want to remake stilts we'd already made. We wanted to give you the option to go up to escarpment height with the stilts, because they are the escarpment height stilts, right?
Yeah, they're 50. We already had these. We wanted to have variety, because a lot of times I'm using this plus a 12 to get up to the same height.
Yeah.
I did a lot of building in Wildlands where I wanted to go up just 50 millimeters, so it seemed, instead of having to use two pieces to do the same thing, you could just do it with one. I like having it in the stilt arsenal. We're going to have another size stilt in cities. Because, man, I love stilts. Let's see, we should do it now is that enough for some ideas of how to do it with Wildlands pieces only? Should we look at original Aranthor?
Yeah, let's look at mixing the OG Aranthor in and like seeing that. Because I think it's the main thing. I think we should do a video going over this, because I think it's one of the things that could be very confusing when you just get it out of the box.
Agree. Oh wait, is my cursor on the screen?
It's one of the things that is worth going over, having a dedicated video, and having it like on the product page.
So let's say we were going to do this with regular. Let's pull this guy out. If I'm using strictly old school Aranthor, I would get, let's see.
Stack a 3 or 4 level waterfall.
We'll get there. So you could just do it. You can do a 2x1 and this curve kind of fit that nicely, and then you could build out into escarpments or anything you want from there. You could, if you're just going into other Aranthor bits, you could do, let's see. I'm assuming, let's see, do we have Aranthor floor? Right, if we're using the original Aranthors, we could put a 4x4 floor.
Waterfall looks great. Regretting not grabbing one as an add-on now. Well, you'll have your chance to get a waterfall soon.
So you could use these, the various rock bits. You could use that plus this to transition up nicely, and then the Aranthor ledge bits, something like yay. You could just put that right on there and put yourself a rock on top if you want to be crazy, or just skip the rock on top. You put down old Aranthor floor, and then you use kind of any of these, right? The curve and the 2x1. You could put, here's a good one. Put the 2x1 and the rock cluster. Something like that. Could, any of the, the swell. Let's put the swell. Do I have an elevation block? Come on, just a plain old elevation block. Here you go. Elevation block and a swell. I guess you do that way. I can see a little bit. It's not as pretty as I want it to be. Let's do a swell plus a 2x1. That's pretty nice. And then if I just had this guy, I know it's cheating because it's not OG, but you could put that there. You could also, here's one fun. We could do a jagged cliff, a bit like that. Something like this to get really square, and then break it up with this rock cluster, and then transition that down, something like that. Looks pretty good. I don't know, is that good? Does that jog get you started?
The system currently doesn't differentiate between in-stock items and out-of-stock items by color. Wait, so the store, what do you mean by color? Animation giant. Hi, NPC Charles.
Hey.
There's one upset kitty. She's wired for some reason. She wants me to chase her around the house.
Fair.
We already do the giveaway? We did not. I'm going to roll it in a minute.
Just like my kids.
If you have not entered, type Nexi, Nexi, to enter. I'm going to roll it in just a minute.
They just want me to
Are these sets on Kickstarter or kind of coming soon? So these little mountain pieces he's putting in right there are from the original Aranthor, which are in the store already. Yep. Almost everything else here is from Wildlands, including the waterfalls from Wildlands. That's going to be going into the store in June-ish.
Sometime between late May and late June.
Yeah.
June-ish is a perfect... there's so many. Look how nicely that just nooks right there. We could put this one. Okay, let's go. What's the next challenge with the waterfall? How else can we...
They want to see it go tall. They want to see how to make a tall waterfall. Stable and secure. A water tall, if you will.
Water tall. Stable and secure is where it gets lively.
Well, aren't you a tall fall of water?
Can't even.
I don't understand that phrase.
Tall drink of water?
Yeah, tall drink of water.
No.
That's not very sexy at all.
It's old school.
There's way sexier drinks than water.
When you couldn't find potable water, it was that was the sexiest thing you could think of would be like.
Wait, is that where thirsty comes from?
You're asking very much the wrong person. I'm not. I don't really. Not much.
You're refreshing.
Slang
How is
singer.
Well, I want to go like, oh, that's a tall glass of Sprite. That's refreshing. Like what?
All right. Anyway, we're gonna build a tall waterfall here. So
yeah,
I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna do for fun?
You're gonna roll the giveaway.
No, that's your job. I'm gonna push this up. Let's see. Let's get wild. I'm gonna just push this up, such that I have room. We can do a 90-degree. We'll go up a couple levels and then go to a 90-degree turn. Because why not? Is that a good plan? Or should we just go? Or maybe we go. Do we go up 3 levels straight? See what that's like, and then take the top level off, and then do a turn.
That's a great plan.
Okay.
I think doing the turn will show them more. Will show them more tricks and tips.
Yeah.
Also, IME won the giveaway. IME 202.
Yay! Man,
long-time watcher.
IME did a really neat alternate paint job on the original pre-Burroughs Burrow piece from Original Caverns. It's pretty disturbing. If she wants to share, she's welcome to.
It must be your first time winning.
Long time watcher, first time winner.
Yeah. Oh, the cat is gonna claw my legs up if I try to message it. I'll message you by the end of the stream, and we'll get your email and get that gift card set up. Congratulations.
Yeah. Let's go to the center of this thing. All right, so I'm gonna start with, and I have no idea what I have no plan here, right? I'm like no idea what I'm doing yet. But do you want to do stilts and terrain trays or? Yeah. So far, I'm starting with just the base of. I got some escarpments in this lined up with escarpments. I'm using the cutout. So that's pretty simple, pretty clean. All right. So now we're gonna go up 1 level with. Let's get some 6x6 terrain trays. Take it back. I want to use.
Any link? Link to what?
The past.
Man, yeah. Oh man.
See what I did there?
Yeah, no, that's real good. It's wild that they never remade that, actually. Closest we got was Link Between Worlds.
Alright, man, I only have 2 6x6 mountain terrain trees. Alright, so we're going to use a couple of these guys as a base. I'll tell you, if you, whether or not you own it or want to build it, take a look at the Wyverstone Peak build guide. So I did a lot of, you just skim through it and see how the tricks are. I did a lot of stilt and terrain tray shenanigans in there. I think it's pretty indicative of...
It's kind of nutty.
Yeah, it's how I sort of approach a lot of multi-level builds. I had to send Stefan there. He's like, I'm trying to build a double waterfall for GaryCon. I don't know how to do it. I was like, take a look at that build guide. I think it'll answer all your questions. And it did. And he did a really beautiful guide for GaryCon. All right, so I put these on some of those 50mm stilts that we were looking at before. So now we have a nice sturdy level to go up 1 level with. And what I could actually do, if I wanna, it doesn't matter. All right, let's go up. Let's do another. Should we do another plunge or should we do the cascade? Should I go up 2 straight? Is it gonna be too repetitive? It's too repetitive to do 2 of the same in a row, right? Yeah. All right. So let's do cascades. So this guy is gonna want something right under the back. So let's put. Oh boy, magnets. So I got a couple of 2x1 floors under there. I don't love how we're up by 1 millimeter on the back, but we'll see what happens. All right, so now let's assume that we're gonna. Oh wow! Let me get a concave over here. Wait, concave curve. All right. So let's
good piece.
Let's assume that on this side we're gonna use a big concave, so it's gonna sit something like that. And it's hard to see with I can't get the camera out far enough. Oh wait, go overhead. We've got really fun, like there's playable space along here now, so like this becomes a nice playable ledge. This playable, it's semi-playable, and then we have these little playable steps along the way. Do you know also that like Eli sculpted in? There's little notches cut out in the front of this waterfall, so you can stick a mini in there. You'll find if you look around, much pieces though, you'll find little notches. Is that one? No, it's not. But this is a very definitive one. I'll go back to the close so you see it.
Oh yeah, somebody was asking about the notches earlier. Like, oh, I love how you did that in the original inventory. Did you do that on these?
Yeah, there's a couple of spots where those pop up. I can't remember where all of them are, but yes. And or we just went out of our way to make sure there was like a lot of playable space, like on this thing, so you could put theoretically you can get a 32mm base mini on there. All right, so I'm up one escarpment height here. Let's just run a straight for right now on the other side. We're here, so boom, boom. Okay, so far so good. If we wanted to go from here, we could. We could use 30. We could use the 38mm stilts if we wanted to do river at this level and feed a river into that. At this level, I missed the thing. Right. But we're going up higher. We're going up another level. So wait on that. Let's go. We'll go back to the plunge this time. This guy's gonna go like this. All right. So let's see. And what are we doing from here? Are we gonna go? We're gonna have a train tray up here. So what I'm gonna do? I kind of want to make another area for, like nice stable area to build on as we go. The challenge is this guy is 38mm high, and it's already down a floor. So now this is where the good stuff sets in. This is the challenging geometry gets to us. So let's see. We got. All right. If I wanted to, I could take a 50mm stilt. And I can pop a 50mm stilt under there. Let's get a second one. So one option is I could put a couple of 50s under there, and that gets me up where I want to be, and it's very secure. But what am I going to do about the rest of the pieces? I don't know yet. So let's. Also, we're off by a millimeter. It feels like. Yeah. Okay.
Just because of the
I don't know. Something's awry.
Might be the height of the terrain tray added to it.
Yeah. Let me get a couple more 6x. I'm gonna do something up here. Let's see. So I got some more 6x6 terrain trays. I'm gonna go. So I know I want this. Let's feed that thing up here. I want this thing to feed at this height. So that is a wonderfully awkward height. Let's see what happens. Man, I can't have those the stilts in the new cities. Give us more options. I'm looking forward. All right, so this is a really good height. 238mm stilts, I think, is going to guess exactly where we want to be. And what I'm going to do on these ones is I'm going to invert these so that the magnets are sticking up, so that they'll stick to the terrain tray and kind of I think they're going to hold the terrain tray better that way. We will see.
Susalem says we should make a telescopic stilt that adjusts to the right height.
Oh, man. Yeah, get on that. I would love to see your designs. We are in for that. So actually, what I'm going to do, how's this going to work? Okay. Yeah, we're getting, all right, so I'm going to take, in the back, I'm going to take 238s and a 50 and put that in the back for, back of this tray. So we're going to hold, let's see what happens. And usually what I do, if I'm doing a ambitious multi-level build like this, I tend to rough in quickly where I want the terrain trays to be, and then have them kind of dictate where the edges of the build start, if that makes sense. So in this case, this actually works pretty well because this now lines up with the back of the build, so it's gonna work. But sometimes I'd rough this in and I'd figure out where the whole thing is, and then slide the build a little bit so I get to the terrain trays to be at a usable place. So like in this case, it's kind of awkward having these 6s having only 3 inches back here, but we will make it work. How are we gonna make it work? I don't know. So the next challenge is gonna be, we're gonna want stone that comes up around here, but then this the terrain tray is intersecting where some of that stone's gonna be. So that's gonna be a fun one to discover. Okay, you ready for this? We're gonna. Oh, this is gonna be really fun.
If he gets out of drill, I swear to God.
You what?
If you get out of drill, I swear to God.
No, we're not getting that kind of crazy. This is just like it's a simple wild. Alright, so we're going to. This is gonna be a terrible plan, but also that's kind of why I love it. So let's see. So let's see. Can we see? Hang on. I'm gonna move this. I gotta watch these. Am I as wide as I can be? No, that way. All right, so what we're gonna do here, we're gonna take. I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm gonna bisect these stilts with another terrain tray. So I'm gonna pop this off, and now I'm going here, flipping these down. So now we're gonna put.
Why are we bisecting them?
Why not? Because so I'm putting this. Oh wait, I want one that's just like mountain. It's so much fancy. There we go. Alright, so I'm gonna put a mountain terrain tray there. I can do, let's see, pop this off. Do the same thing on the other side, and then I'm gonna stack this back on top of it. So now what's neat is this is gonna be the perfect height for an escarpment. So now this basically gets an escarpment exactly where I want it, which is 1 floor height higher than the river. So then I can use the Arendor ledges to shape the river. All the while that everything is sort of giving the support to the thing below it, like a human pyramid of terrain. So now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. I don't know where this is gonna go, but we got a plan at least.
Merc wants you to remember that he did ask for it to be secure.
Merc, this is the most secure thing I've built today.
Well, yeah, but all right.
It might be the only thing I've built today.
Now we're getting into, yeah.
Semantics.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slide this over just a spickle. Alright, so now we got a nice clean thing here. Okay, so far, yeah, this is nothing but secure. Like, look, hang on, let's see if I can. hang tight for a sec.
Hanging.
You can't really see. Hang on. Can you see that? Whoa. There's not enough light in there, but it's like a parking garage. Like there are so many stilts and things. It's gonna be super secure when we get there. I wish I could show it to you level, but I don't quite have. This camera rig is a little on the questionable side.
Now you don't feel bad that it took a while this weekend to get all the heights corrected through waterfall build. Yeah, it's definitely it's like when you're building with light panels. Like this, doing a big waterfall build takes extra planning.
I mean, any big build takes extra planning, but yeah, this one is. Well, particularly if you start getting multi-height madness like this. All right, so now, all right, so we're gonna figure out. Oh yeah, we have that other terrain tray. That was. Yeah, so now we have a perfect spot for this little guy. Oof, that is not a looker of a terrain tray. Well, he's. If I knew where my ledges were, that would be a better.
Weren't you just using them?
I had a few loose smatterings, but I don't know where the lion's share of them are. But we'll get there. I can go dig into the heart of the mountain if I need to. Yeah, we'll get that in a second. All right, so now. Let's see. We can. I still have a couple issues. I have a gaping hole over here that we have to do something about, and I think the rest of this will all kind of build itself. It's gonna be good. All right. So here in Gaping Holington, it's a quaint little town. We can.
You can't say that.
No. That's not that's not a phrase people use.
No.
The quaint little town, Gaping Holington. No. It's it sounds like a delightful place to live. So there's I'm shoving an elevation block in there because I'm desperate. Oh, this would be neat. What if we okay. I kind of really want. I want so many things here. Okay, let me get another elevation. Blah. Alright, so we're gonna slide another elevation block under here. Ba-boom. Then I'm gonna take the the trifecta ledge. I'm gonna pop that against my escarpment. Throw this escarpment hither. You know what? And then I was going to pave it with floors. I really need to use a concave here. Well, that works. So I've got nice floors there, and then I can use the various Aranthor bits to I could like dress that up. However, I need to fill that just like that. Yeah. This guy wants to. I got so clever with that ledge. I don't need it. I'm going back to the concaves. That thing, the concave is like the ultimate building block of this system. It's good for everything.
What are those big pieces called? These are from a waterfall? The escarpments or the elevation blocks?
These guys?
Well, there's a lot of big pieces there.
Yeah. If they don't know what it's called, how are they going to know which one to tell you?
Is there a way to work a second or ideally a third spill-out piece into a tall waterfall build? Yeah, definitely. You just got to account for the extra floor height, but that's not... If you got enough escarpments, if you got enough floors... It's just doing the math for, like, how much are you raising each level.
Well, you could... I mean, we could have... It would have been easier math if we'd thrown a spill-out in there to...
It honestly would have... Yeah, it would have actually been easier if we'd used spill-outs, but...
Yeah. Alright, so I can do that. Let's get a little. We're just mixing and matching all the Aranthor tonight. I need some ledges, which we'll get to. I have to find them. All right, Mark. So this is definitely gonna be steady. Like I could rest my beer on it. Another one that would actually be really nice here is here, friends. Where'd those go? The end caps. They are so ideal for this. What is that one? Perfect.
Oh, Noelio. Most of these pieces aren't in the store yet. They'll be going up in June.
How nice that is.
Yeah, a lot of this is from our Wildlands Kickstarter, which is fulfilling the backers right now. So it's not in the store yet. The original Aaron Thor stuff is, but these most of the big huge pieces here are from Wildlands, and are not in the store yet.
Not yet, but coming.
But very soon.
Esque. In the style of soon. Yeah, we do that little thing there. Okay, we'll get some things over here. We'll come over to this side. I don't know where my bucket O elevation blocks is.
Bucket O elevation blocks?
Yeah. Literally, it's a box just labeled like bucket O elevation. Yeah. Like I said, I haven't quite fully organized all my my Wildlands yet, but
yeah, there's one of the concave. It's not all straight escarpments. The one closest to camera is one of the big concaves.
There's this guy over here. It's a concave. Here's another concave. Straights. I've got a little concave. Yeah, we'll switch it up as we, there'll eventually be a whole bunch of things. We can't get in front of this thing. I should have built it too far out. We can look overhead. Woo! A little gap here. Alright, now I need... What I really want... let's see, we could do... Let's go... Should pave that out with a 2x1. Do this guy. Maybe I do that. Do I go all the way? Do I go for 2x2? Is that too narrow, or whatever? Yeah, it's not bad. Over here. Maybe this side will do a wider river or something like that. Let's turn it into a thing. This guy's repetitive, so let's pop it off. If I was doing this, I am doing. So let's do it. Let's get going. So what I'm gonna do over here, since I know this whole area is gonna be raised. Can we go full wide? Let's see what that looks like. Yeah. I'm gonna lift this whole thing and hope that I'm not on it. Yeah, okay. Boom. 4 more 50mm stilts. I'm lifting up this terrain tray. We're stilting up. Cool.
Stilting up.
I'm a heavy stilter. All right, so we got all sorts of stilts. Throw it up here, and that gets us. Now this whole thing is ready for escarpment excitement. Speaking of which, let's put a... man, I haven't done very much building with these Wildlands pieces yet. It is fun. Man, they're end caps. One more. There must be some in the Heart of the Wild.
Man, this has been a night already.
Yeah. Well, you ask
for a massive build, and you get a massive build.
I'm glad we started with something simple.
One of my Kickstarter cutoff cliffs is a little uneven. Is there a tip to level or straighten the sides that's uneven? Yeah, if you got a warped piece, the hot water trick is the big thing. We've got a video on the YouTube channel about it. The basic idea is put it in hot water.
that was the video.
It'll get flexible. Bend and hold it into the shape that you want it in, and then cold water to cool it off. Yeah. You can also put a big heavy book on it.
Maybe not as reliable.
Overnight.
Also,
yeah, not as wild. Takes a lot longer, but you know.
You could store it in a hot car.
Can we get another one of these streams? Maybe. Sure. Next week we're doing a Mirrorscape stream.
See that overhead. Look at that.
Yeah.
So we built out a little...
And I think the week after that is supposed to be a city stream?
Yeah. City's deep dive. Alright, so we got a little shape here. We got tons of space over here to build whatever our heart desires. Do I have a mountain battle board? I could do that. Oh yeah, here we go.
Mountain battle board.
This is from...
Oh yeah, we didn't even use any battle boards.
No, oh yeah, I meant train tray, but I said battle board because my brain was thinking battle boards.
Your brain was thinking correctly.
Yeah. All right, let's do that. Let's battle board it up. Okay. So
we got 15 minutes to get that fourth waterfall in there.
Oh jeez. All right, so I'm taking 38mm stilts plus this battle board.
Night, Neophoria.
Good night, Neophoria. Thanks for hanging out. In fact, that feels... So this is annoyingly... It's like a millimeter low, so I'm going to actually put a train tray underneath and then put the battle board in that. That's better. Alright, so we got those guys are ready. I build out whatever. Did I really say we're going to do it? Okay. Let's make this into the turn here.
I imagine it's hard to match the printed terrain tray and battle board texture fabric to match the Dwarvenite perfectly, huh?
Oh, it's impossible. Yep. It's, yeah.
Because you know what the real problem is? The real problem is every computer screen and every printer has slightly different settings. So you'll look at the graphic you've made on one screen and it'll look like it matches exactly. You look at it on a different screen and you're like, no, this is too warm.
Well, how about our print, like the paint drifts? Like there's a whole variety of things that like to keep us on our toes.
Yeah.
Let me get. Let's start. Let's try for fun. Don't know if it'll work. Is this trifecta? No, it's too wide. We're gonna use some trifecta pieces in here to make a little curvedy something because they're pretty. All right, man. I need to find
Dwarvenite colors in general. Oh, I should have. For all you painters, if you've ever been like, man, I hate having to try to match Dungeon Gray.
Man, I sure do.
Well, we've got a paint restock shortly coming in, and in that, we're actually adding Dungeon Gray as a color.
What? You didn't have Dungeon Gray?
We're going to have Dungeon Gray as a paint. In this, I think it's happening the same time as this next restock.
What's next? Cats and dogs living together?
Yeah. Yeah, I should probably put that in the news. But yeah, we've got Dungeon Gray paint coming. We're working on the graphics, the page for it now. So
Can you believe we didn't have Dungeon Gray to date? It's wild.
When is the next store restock? Want to make sure I don't miss the email. We don't entirely know yet. The container has reached the United States, and then they decided it wasn't allowed to leave North Carolina. So, we're waiting. We're waiting for them to let that ship come up to New York.
It's a classic tale.
Yeah, tale as old as time. It's been there for a couple days now, and it was supposed to be here on Sunday, but is still sitting down south. So hopefully by the end of the month, we have no idea how long it's going to be sitting there. If they let it leave North Carolina, everyone else will want to.
Yeah, once one person.
It's Kate Gallagher.
All right.
Main issues we see with Cliff Height waterfalls is water terrain tray. You need to feed the top. It's wider than the waterfall, so you always need banks.
Yep.
Yeah.
But also you need banks to you have to shape the river anyway. So that was sort of by design, but yeah. This guy is going to go.
You're trying to preserve as many options as possible, which maybe made it more complicated, but ultimately it gives you way more options.
First time ever. We chose the more complicated one. Where did I put that big bucket of elevation? Hold on.
It's Charleston Port of South Carolina. Oh, it's in South Carolina then. I don't know my geography. I'm not educated. I make videos about toys for a living. A literal 8-year-old does it and is a massive YouTube star. Well, it's probably not 8 anymore. Ryan's toy review, that was a big thing like 6-7 years ago. Man, that kid's probably developed into a full personality by this point.
Oh, yes. Elevation bucket. Oh, come on, there's no cliffs in here. Turns out the Holy Grail was not so holy. Oh, here.
You know, a single cliff in the. Alright.
Now I wanted Aaron Thor elevation blocks, because that's what he. Alright. We're moving now. Alright, look at that guy. This guy's gonna live.
Cowboy Bebop music stuck in my head.
Oh yeah, I heard that show was really good, right?
Cowboy Bebop? Yeah, it's incredible.
The live action.
You're talking about the live action?
Yeah, I'm trolling you, Chris. This is it.
Alright, did you ever see the original?
I watched like one episode back when it came out. Like, I don't know, whatever that was. I don't know. It was it was early aughts or something?
It was around there, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really get it.
It's so good.
Alright, so what are we doing next? So this is stable, believe it or not. I need to find a ledge, fill that out. I've got my pile of unused pieces here, which is growing. What should I concentrate on? We got like 10 minutes left. What should I where do we want
10 minutes. What do y'all need? What's the haps?
Which area do we want to focus on this abomination?
I think we've shown like a lot of techniques for how you can pull this off. So that's
mostly it's a lot of time and trial and error and stilts.
A 5th and 6th waterfall.
Don't tempt me.
I think you have. Do you have more waterfalls there?
There's one in the heart.
How many waterfalls did you get?
Well, I helped. I got those 2 samples early on to test. Where did it go? I thought I just saw one. Isn't there one in the heart of the wild? Or no, there's one in the swamp. I just saw one. Yeah, here's another one. We're going. Okay. Because I don't know.
Points not being a straight vertical waterfall. Well, you wanted it to be a straight vertical water towel? You wanted it to just be 4 straight down? I thought you wanted the more complicated doing the curve. So maybe escarpment height waterfalls would be a better design. Really need to get them in hand.
Well, yeah.
It gives me less options is the thing.
I mean, you could take the easy path if you want.
It's the thing, like, it would be faster to do what you could do with escarpment height waterfalls, but thing. you wouldn't be able to do a lot of the other stuff.
Do you have crazy glue? If you want,
do you need all those options? We need all the options we can get. Yeah.
You can glue all these pieces together into one chunker, right? You could make yourself an escarpment height waterfall by just. People
want you to drill something.
What am I drilling? Oh, you give me an idea. Like what are we trying to accomplish here?
Imagine what you could do with a corner-shaped waterfall.
Whoa.
Can you mod one of these waterfalls to be a curve? Can we make a convex waterfall? Have you ever seen the Horseshoe Falls?
No.
In Oregon, I don't know why you would see, or not horseshoe, horsetail.
No, I have not. I've seen the James Curvedy. We're gonna cut a waterfall. Hold on, let me see.
Can you build a massive drop from a cavern in 8 minutes?
Yeah,
maybe.
We get this on here.
How do you feel about the water? Oh wow, you're putting a 5th. Never mind. I completely missed that.
We're gonna, make it a watery waterfall.
Yeah, go for it. Why not?
The problem is...
How tall is this at this point? Is this, what, 6 inches? How tall is this? It's taller than 6 inches, yeah? Because waterfall plus the spill out is 2 inches, right? 50 millimeters?
We're at 7 inches on this guy right here.
Oh my god! And
we're looking at another 2. We're looking to go up to 9. That's good.
How do you feel about the waterfalls?
Me?
Yeah, having them in your hands and all this. Is it what you were hoping?
No, I think they're frustrating to work with. I think a lot of people, they look really pretty, and as soon as you try and do anything more than a single, I think I wish I'd made twice as many. I wish we had single chonkers that were single high, double high.
I think the problem was this came really late in development, and we were already up against the sculpt count.
Well, the challenge is also just there's so many different
heights. So we really had
to
figure out.
You need to work at all these different heights. If you're trying to feed it with a terrain tray, the terrain tray wants to be a... what we should have done is sculpted river tiles for it.
There we go.
And then we could have had a set thing that fed into a river. That's round 2. No, I think they look really pretty. I think they're frustrating to work with anything higher than 1 or maybe 2 drops. It gets really technical really fast, and you need to have a pretty big reservoir of pieces in order to make it work really well. That being said, people who have got the patience and a big reservoir of pieces, you're going to be able to do some fun bits, but I think general people are going to be frustrated by them if they try and do anything epic. That's my gut, but
I think what I do like is that we've left it. I think what I do like is we've left it open to being able to do more with it in the future. We didn't have the sculpts to
yes,
or the time to really finish it in Wildlands. But I think
it's a toolbox. It's a really useful. It's the beginning of a bigger system.
He admits we need river tiles. We've wanted to do river tiles. It's just figuring out how. A place where they make sense and are good and.
And I had the other. I was these were at one point I was sketching out a river and pond
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want it to be river tiles. It's just like.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah, they would be beautiful like that, and that was kind of the like, as we were doing this, it was like, well, why we should make them. I wanted to make it friendly for 4x4 building because I figured the river tiles would be 4x4. We were thinking we were going to do them in city, but it didn't happen. Oh, I can cheat with this.
We were trying to future proof ourselves, which meant making it not exactly custom fit to work perfectly with Wildlands, but it's because we want to be able to do more with it in the future.
Yeah.
Instead of having to make like new waterfalls, we can just say like, well, we've already got the waterfalls, and now we can just add to it.
Into the next thing.
Yeah.
D&D next. Boy, this is a weird. It's so funny. I'm looking at this whole thing from the back. I haven't actually been able to see it from the front yet, but really, the camera can't really even see it from the front. I don't think. I should not have done it this way. I should have done it the 90 degrees to how it is. Oh, I guess I can turn the. Here's where we're at.
You need to do crenellation runes first. Give us enough time and we'll do everything. But God, we need time.
These are truer words have never been spoken, Chris.
We need time and we need capital. Like that's the main thing.
Can you get up there? Look at that. Yeah, it's spilling out. I'm gonna get all Dutch and crazy.
I mean, you can't argue with like how it looks though. Like,
yeah,
it's just together.
It's just about getting up to the thing. All right, I need to figure out. Let's see. I wanted to. There's a lot to do.
Remember when this was going to be a like 1-inch cube system?
Yeah. Or 2x2.
And we're going to state where you're like, we'll have a couple different 1-inch by 1-inch by 1-inch cubes.
Yeah, they were going to be 2x2s. Where the I had a
2x2s.
Yeah, there were probably 4 different core designs with a whole bunch of iterations. Where did I want to go from here? We want to fill that out. Little thing there. Oh, I didn't get this bridge back in, right? The whole point was we were supposed to get this thing in. Let's get this. Oh.
More man hours be sufficient for time, or like real years? The real holdup really is production. Honestly, it's getting the molds made. The factory can only do so much at a time.
Well, we can only do.
And we honestly push them pretty hard. We can only do so much at a time, but also like with the, even if we sculpted a bunch of stuff faster, I don't know that we could make the factory produce stuff much faster. You like the cube system because it allowed much wider waterfalls? Yeah, it was probably the ultimate in like flexibility.
It didn't
but also
look
comes
as
with some
good.
headaches.
And well, the problem was I was trying to get an alternate. I was trying to get to. I don't know. There were a whole. You can watch. There's like 9 episodes of On the Anvil about it. Like, where we were sketching these things on the.
A long scripted. The waterfalls were like one of the things that we developed on air. Yeah. I wonder if light puck behind the waterfall could give a moving water effect.
Oh yes.
You want to try that?
Well, remember that whole thing about building a parking garage behind the.
What?
It's like the back is like a parking garage, like it's a pretty dense. It's hard to get in there.
Oh, okay. Got it. I thought it was like some idiom I wasn't aware of, but no, you're just saying.
No, it's just so dense I can't actually get in there to get it close enough. I could do it on this one. I also don't have a great. Let's see. Ooh, wait, look at this.
I think the main thing is because they're not really going to be able to see the color very much, I don't think, but just even getting like the idea of moving light could help sell the effect.
Yeah, Toby did one on air, right when we were. Does that even read?
Put something to block off the top of the light puck, so they can see just what it looks like going through. It reads. It's definitely reading. Let's put some ledges or something to block the top of that. I think it looks more magical than moving water, but like it's pretty cool.
So we have swirling. Let's see something swirling. That's pulsing. Let's see. I'm just working with the existing infected water.
Good night, Rabbit. Don't upset the wife. Now you need 1 puck per waterfall? Yeah. The green lantern or clear crystal looks great behind the waterfall, according to Hoser.
Yeah, I don't have a good one with downward.
You love those green. Love the green sludge waterfall we're creating there.
Huh.
Definitely looks like there's some. It looks like magical water with that one.
Ah!
What? Did you, oh.
Survived the drop test.
Oh.
This is the first.
Okay.
That's fine. It's fine.
It's made of dwarvenite. You can.
It's made of plastic.
Hey, how many of those do we have?
There's 3, and this is one. This is the first production sample.
And I gotta shoot with that one next week, so like, careful.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
How many do we have? 1 less than you did.
Ooh, red.
That's interesting. Yeah, somebody's gonna do something really cool with this in their game, and they're gonna post a video of it, and we're gonna feel like idiots for not thinking about it.
Yeah, well, that's the best part of this job, is creating tools, putting them out there, and then people do some really, really, really clever stuff with it, and it's sure is exciting. Look at this. There's that big old bridge that we built earlier, now suspended out.
Yeah.
And we could put that. Let's do the inverted. Hang on, I forgot the inverted.
No, the upside down Wyberstone.
Where I put that piece, nobody knows what's in here.
I'm gonna put these in my reliquarium. Working the waterfall into the reliquarium was one of our favorite bits.
Wow, that's cool.
Heavily inspired by that SpongeBob gag where somebody sends SpongeBob a letter, and he opens it, and it's just a bunch of smudge ink on parchment. And he's like, "Don't they know that you can't read under that ink like smears underwater?"
Oh, that's funny.
And he's just like, "I don't know anything about physics," and so he wads it up and throws it into a fire.
Underwater. That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh man.
I heard that show is
really
funny.
What's up?
I said I heard that show is funny.
Yeah, turns out they got a couple good knee slappers.
Yeah,
The video team honestly quotes SpongeBob to each other on a near constant basis.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. This is a good place to have a fight. Let's look at it overhead.
Yeah, it really is. It's a really dramatic backdrop. If you shot it from the other angle, so like you and the big bad are fighting like on the bridge with the waterfall in the background.
You want to be coming from over there.
Yeah.
I love the inverted Wyberstone. It's pretty cool looking. Maybe we take.
It's a cool idea, yeah.
Are
you happy? You happy with Wildlands?
Oh yeah. No, I think these pieces are amazing.
Yeah.
They're. I haven't had so much time to play with them yet. Like I really, I was dreaming. My dream was that I would just like take a week off when they arrived and just sit and build and play and test it out. And that, of course, is not a reality.
Yeah.
But at some point, I'll have an ample time to play with these bits. I think it's really, building organic shapes is really fun for me, and I think we have this collection of pieces that we have in here lets you make some really interesting organic shapes, and so I think it's just such a neat. The possibilities are high. There's a lot of stuff. I'm excited to see what all people do with it. Like I feel like I haven't scratched the surface yet I mean, I played a bunch when we were making it and during the campaign and whatever, but I feel like there's so much more yet to do.
Yeah, the problem with making this stuff is not having the time to play with the stuff. I do think it's a lot of our best work, and I feel like what shortcomings there are like extremely minor in the grand scheme of it.
Yep.
So I don't know. I don't think you couldn't do stuff like this before. I don't think anybody figured out how to do outdoor terrain like this before.
There's always going to be shortcomings in everything that we do, and that doesn't mean you shouldn't try it, right? We're always going to be, trying to blaze a path and do something interesting, and not all of it's going to land, not all of it's going to work, but it'll get us to the next thing, and we'll take those learnings and apply them to the next thing, and keep going. And the next time we do a waterfall, maybe it will be a little more user friendly.
Yeah.
I'm
excited for us to get back into that system.
Yeah. Well, we have to get out of the city first. We're in. We're in the city.
Yes.
Huh.
Speaking of which, we will be in the city again on stream in 2 weeks.
But until then, we're gonna go to bed.
Yes.
I just realized I have to leave the house at 6 a.m. tomorrow. So.
Yes. Yeah. Hamster's Hobby Hang tomorrow night. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be there yet or not. I might have something going on. Hamster will be there though. Mace will be there. If you have any questions about painting your Wildlands stuff, Hamster's always happy to answer that. Next week there actually won't be a hobby hang. Hamster's out of town. But on the Anvil stream next week, we're gonna have some of the guys from Mearscape on to talk about their AR-Cana Kickstarter that we talked about a couple times. Augmented reality D&D system that has some of our pieces available on it digitally.
Woo!
So we'll have them on next week. And I think that's everything you really need to know.
And then the week after, we do another Cities Deep Dive.
Yes.
Show the latest and greatest. We will talk about Stefan is sculpting something. We'll talk about where the latest sort of the systems. Maybe talk a little bit more about stretch goals and pledges, and I don't know. We'll see whatever we've got for the city. We'll talk about, give you a glimpse. Maybe we'll mess around with mocking another piece. I don't know. It'll be. But there's definitely, I think we're going to be doing a bunch of, between now and launch, probably cities is going to come up a lot because it's dominating a lot of our time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thanks to everybody for hanging out with us. Congratulations, Zaimi, for winning. Well deserved. And we'll see you guys next week. Be good to each other. Be safe. Bye.
Bye.